You okay? I thought she said why is you asking my black butt, am I okay? Is your white butt okay? Is you okay? I thought she said why is you asking my black butt, am I okay? Is your white butt okay? I mean, you okay? You ain't classy, you're ignorant. Sit your $5 ass down. Lay ass down. Thank you, Will. Sit down.
I know, look at that white goat. Oh, they are so beautiful. Oh, look, there's a black one. Black one.
Because I'm black.
Greetings, welcome to Kiy NY7. We just had some breaking news on one of the inmates that is out from NOLA, or short for New Orleans, Louisiana Prison Correctional Facility. I want to show some footage on that and I have some commentary to give. And if y'all want to chime in, feel free. Doing a pop-up tonight. Not sure what time it is where y'all at, but this just got out a few hours ago, so I did a short one at 2. But I'm going to get right into it and show the full video of Antoine Massey, or is it Massey? I think it's Massey. And also, I'll pull up on my thumbnail because there's still a former police chief out of Arkansas that is still on the run because he just broke out of prison as well. So we have 2 still out on the loose from Louisiana area. And then we also have him right here, Grant Harden, out of Arkansas. So I'm going to show footage on both and just kind of catch up on what's going on and what just happened just hours ago. Welcome, Kiy NY7, and I talk about things to do with the community here, astrals, spirituality, and things to do with sexuality too. Thanks for coming through. Please feel free to subscribe, hit the like button. That helps the algorithm. It's an open chat room. Open-minded people are welcome here. Thank you.
I'm one of the ones that was let out of GC. What I want to talk about today is as far as why I was in Orleans Parish Jail. I was in custody for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for. Okay, but before I was in Orleans Parish, I was in a jail called St. Tammany Detention Center. All right, St. Tammany Jail here in St. Tammany Parish. There's 2 different parishes, Orleans and St. Tammany. Okay, today what I want to talk about is that I was on 2nd-degree kidnapping, 2nd-degree rape, domestic abuse, battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse, battery, violation of protective order, right? On this woman right here, her name is Diamond White. That's her name. This is a district attorney drop form right here. And she's not a child. She's an adult, a full adult. I was dating this woman. This is a legalized affidavit saying all allegations against me is false. You remember, all allegations against me is false. I was nowhere around her or none of that during the timing of the date, which was November the 10th of 2024. Okay, so I was in St. Tammany, right, and I was on a regular domestic charge, right. So they put a parole hold on me because I was on a domestic charge. So with that being said, is that once that occurred, and the charges was refused or whatever, they shipped me to Orleans Parish where I had more open charges. It was the theft of a motor vehicle and the domestic abuse, battery, involving strangulation. So once I got in Orleans Parish jail, all right, I have from the district attorney's office, this woman who they say that I initially raped in another parish and in Orleans Parish is the same woman here. It's not different females. It's the same grown woman, not a child, a grown woman. Okay, she did the same thing in Orleans Parish, right? Correct. I'm about to show you how the system is corrupted. Okay, she did this, right? Saying all allegations against me is false, and she even saying it. You know, she let her know the truth that I never did this to her. I never hit her. I was nowhere around her. Nothing. She got mad and thought that I was dealing with another woman. That's why she did what she did to me. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too. Once I got into Orleans Parish, I was there for like a month or something like that. Okay, a lot went on as that time progressed. Okay, if you was an innocent person and you know the judges and DA know that this person is saying that all the charges that you're on that you did not do, why was you still in jail? Louisiana have the highest incarceration rate in the world for putting black people away. Yes, at the end of the day, in my younger life, I'm not gonna lie, I was causing problems. I was young. My daddy got killed when I was 7 years old. My mom had to raise 4 children by herself, so I had to find a way to try to help my mother. You feel what I'm saying? But as time went on, the person that I once was, I'm not that person today. That is not who I am. I have a 3-year-old son. I have an 18-year-old daughter that graduated yesterday, supposed to be. At the end of the day, that people don't understand that they see that I'm armed and dangerous. I have a heart. People that know me know that at the end of the day, I am a good person. So I'm asking for help from the world, from Meek Mills, Lil Wayne, Young Boy, Donald Trump. I'm asking for these people. I couldn't even get a lawyer. I couldn't even afford a lawyer to prove my innocence while I was in Orleans Parish jail. They said that I broke out. I didn't break out. I was let out. My name is Antoine Massey. The guy who said that I threatened him with a shank, the maintenance guy, how could I threaten you with a shank? You can't come around me. You're a maintenance. You cannot come on the tills without a deputy being behind you. Because if they just let you on the till, you could be persuaded to bring drugs or anything like that in that nature. So how can I threaten you to jail you? And why you didn't notify the people, the police, that if I did threaten you, you never did that? Like, you flat out lied on me. Sterling flat out lied on me. And I want to let the media know that from the straight tattoos in my face and things of that nature, of course they're going to believe Sterling. You know what I'm saying? I never told Sterling nothing. I'm willing to take a lie detector test and everything behind that, but that's another subject. Orleans Parish is one of the corruptedest jails. That in St. Tammany Parish is the corruptedest jails in the state of Louisiana. Why was I even incarcerated with a woman saying that this never happened? This is this woman's name. This is the charge, domestic abuse violation. This is about the shit in St. Tammany. Why would I, in Orleans Parish, why was I even in jail? That's what I'm trying to show y'all. That's why I left the jail. And they have a lot more brothers that's innocent, just like me, that's trying to prove their innocence. That's why they ran. Jason Williams, the sheriff, Susan Hudson, these people are corrupted. These people was talking to St. Tammany and telling St. Tammany they gonna sentence me behind this, and telling St. Tammany if they can't get me, St. Tammany gonna get me. You see what I'm saying? Behind a woman that's a grown adult that never stated that I ever raped her. They have a detective that's over the case, that's trying to pursue charges on me because of my prior history. Who I was in the past is not who I am today. So I'm asking for the media. I don't even have a lawyer to help me. I'm asking for help. That's why I ran. You feel me? I'm a grown man. I have kids. I have a mother. I have a baby mother, my children mother. Like it's a lot going on. And that's why I ran. I need help. You feel what I'm saying? Orleans Parish in St. Tammany is one of the corruptest parishes in the world. and I'm asking for help. There's a lot of corruption, jiggins, all type of stuff going on, and they covering it up. They don't care about nothing in the state of Louisiana. This is something that need to go under a federal investigation. What's going on? How they having cases? Why Antoine Massey was in jail if the woman, the victim, the grown woman, not a child, the grown woman stated that he never raped her. He never beat her. He was nowhere in her presence. This is the affidavits on the date right here. This is the drop form from the district attorney office. This woman went did this. I didn't do this. Look, it's legally dated. So I'm asking, please, for help. Young boy, Meek Mills, people, LBL, you know what I'm saying? People that been through the system that know it's corrupt. Lil Wayne, Donald Trump, please, I'm asking for help. You know what I'm saying? When I get back in custody, I'm asking y'all, please, to come and help. You feel what I'm saying? I'm asking the world. I'm letting y'all know I'm not a raper, man. I'm not, none of that. None of that. I'm a good person. I am a father that want to be in my children's life. You know what I'm saying? I want to let the younger youth know that going down the route of trying to be a street person is not the route. That's what type of person I am. Yes, I was lied on. They made Sterling lie on me. All the guys they picked me for him to lie on. I'm not saying Sterling a bad guy, but why did you pick me to lie on, bro? It's bigger than Sterling. I don't know why they picked me for him to lie on, but I never threatened Sterling ever. How could I threaten Sterling or hurt Sterling? He cannot come on a tip with me without a deputy being present. My name is Antoine Massey. I'm asking for help. I was one of the ones that was let out Orleans Parish Jail on May the 16th or May the 15th, 2025. So please, Meek Mills, Donald Trump, Lil Wayne, please help me. Lil Wayne, this is Big Antoine's son that's talking right now. I'm Lil Antoine. I was in your mama wedding when she married Rabbit. I was the ring boy, Lil Wayne. Please help me, bro.
What if I told you a cop in your community was busted for...
Dude, why was you still in jail? Louisiana. So, I have Donald Trump. Please, I'm asking for help.
Just chiming in on it real quick, and I'm gonna go back. You remember when he mentions a man named Antoine? Again, this is Antoine Massey speaking. He's still on the loose. He's one of the escapees. There's only 2 left. He's one of them that's left out still in or possibly out of Louisiana prison. When he mentions the man, which I'm gonna go right back to, he's talking about the maintenance worker that said he is the inmate that threatened him with a shank. So basically, he threatened his life. So he said, "Hey, I just, did something with the toilet and got out the way. And if they got out, they got out." Massey is saying he was let out. That's all he's saying. There's no other specifics that he said, but he's basically saying he was let out and then he ran. I want to just go back to that part.
I'm asking for help. That's why I ran. You feel me? I'm a grown man. I have kids. I have a mother. I have a baby mother, my children mother. Like it's a lot going on. And that's why I ran. I need help. You feel what I'm saying? Orleans Parish and St. Tammany is one of the corruptest parishes in the world. And I'm asking for help. There's a lot of corruption, jiggins, all type of stuff going on, and they covering it up. They don't care about nothing in the state of Louisiana. This is something that need to go under a federal investigation. What's going on? How they having cases? Why Antoine Massey was in jail if the woman, the victim, the grown woman, not a child, the grown woman stated that he never raped her. He never Mills, people, LBL. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to show y'all. That's why I left the jail. And they have a lot more brothers that's innocent, just like me, that's trying to prove their innocence. That's why they ran. Jason Williams, the sheriff, Susan Hudson, these people are corrupted. These people was talking to St. Tammany and telling St. Tammany they gonna sentence me behind this and telling St. Tammany if they can't give me, St. Tammany gonna get me. You see what I'm saying? Behind a woman that's a grown adult that never stated that I ever raped her. They have a detective that's over the case. A baby mother, a child. I'm asking for the meat of him. Yes, I was lied on. They made Sterling lie on me. All the guys they picked me for him to lie on. I'm not saying Sterling a bad guy, but why did you pick me to lie on, bro? It's bigger than Sterling. I don't know why they picked me for him to lie on, but I never threatened Sterling ever. How could I threaten Sterling or hurt Sterling? He cannot come on a tip with me without a deputy being present. My name.
So he's making a point that the maintenance worker is lying because he shouldn't even be in contact with any of the inmates. So how could he even have been close enough to this inmate here for him to even make the threat? That's the point he's making right there. I don't know, but I appreciate y'all sharing your thoughts in the chat. It's an open chat room. Welcome, whether you're new or returning. I appreciate you and hope to see you back at some point. I'm Kiy NY7. I also want to show some things that went on with Macy's family, but I'll do that in a second. Back to this. There's another inmate that escaped. So Louisiana still has two. He's one of them. Here is an ex-police chief, Grant Harden, from Arkansas. So they're giving out a $10,000 reward for anyone that has information on him. That was like 5 days ago. Now, just was it today? Well, today is a different day depending on where you're at. But they just upped it to $20,000 because he's still on the loose. And what they'll tend to do is offer an amount, but then the more time goes by, they're willing to give up more money because, you know, the person's still on the loose even longer, and they're more willing to do what it takes to get them back. So that's Grant Harden. We just heard from Antoine Massey. He just went on IG and, you know, I guess trying to plead his case. But right now I did want to jump into the Arkansas one, and then we can go back to Massey, and I'll finish him out in a second. Here it shows Arkansas town is on edge after devil in Ozarks. A former police chief and convicted killer escapes from prison. I didn't realize that his charges were so steep. He has been charged with not only fatally shooting a man, but also sexually assaulting an elementary school teacher. Damn. Grant Harden.
The search for a notorious escaped killer has locals on edge.
People just being real cautious, you know, because he was a policeman. He knows what he's doing.
Grant Harden, known as the Devil in the Ozarks, has managed to evade search teams since Sunday when he escaped from the medium security North Central Unit prison. Harden had been a police chief in the small town of Gateway, Arkansas. Cheryl Tillman is the town's mayor and the sister of the man Harden killed.
It's very hard to know now that this crazy guy has escaped.
The state's Department of Corrections is investigating how Harden escaped. The sheriff's department releasing this photo they say shows him in disguise, wearing a makeshift corrections officer uniform as he walked past a secure gate. According to an affidavit, a corrections officer opened that gate and allowed him to walk away from the prison.
If you look at criminals who are sociopaths, I don't think you can have a better example than Grant Harden.
Harden was serving a 30-year sentence for the 2017 murder of James Appleton and a 50-year sentence for the 1997 rape of a school teacher. The prosecutor who tried those cases warning the public to be very cautious.
He's already committed acts of violence. There's no reason to believe that he's turned from those ways.
Meanwhile, in Louisiana, authorities say they're making progress tracking down the remaining men who escaped a New Orleans jail nearly 2 weeks ago.
Everybody move to the right side of the car.
This new police body cam footage shows the dramatic moments in Texas when two of the men were taken into custody following a high-speed chase. We're also learning more about the people charged with helping some of the escapees. Court documents allege the night before the escape, one inmate instructed his sister to be outside the prison at 11:30, also telling her to ask his girlfriend to get him a, quote, clean phone. This morning, only 2 of the 10 New Orleans fugitives remain on the run.
Back here in Arkansas, officials say they've contacted all the family members of Harden's victims to notify them that he's on the run. They say he likely would have had to use some sort of vehicle to get away from this area, which is why they've set up many roadblocks like the one you see behind me here, where they're basically stopping every car and asking the drivers if they've seen anything suspicious, and also looking inside the vehicle for any signs of Harden. Craig?
All right, Priya Sridhar for us there in Arkansas.
I don't know if y'all was able to hear me all that time. I was trying to explain some things, but I'll just go, we'll just go back over to what I was going to show y'all. We have a family divided when it comes to Antoine Massey because he has, like here, his sister of escaped inmate is among 13 accused in the Orleans jailbreak. So you have his sister covering for him, right? But then on the other hand, you have other family members that are begging him to go ahead and turn himself in before things get worse.
Just two fugitives on the run, Derek Groves and Antoine Massey. Good evening, I'm John Snell.
And I'm Lauren McCoy. Antoine Massey's sister is the latest known relative of an escapee to be booked into jail as an accessory.
As Gabby Killett reports, investigators also believe that Massey's romantic partner is involved.
These guys have to get money, clothes, food, transportation, because they had none of it when they left.
Kiy Massey, booked on suspicion of helping her brother Antoine evade law enforcement after he escaped the Orleans Justice Center earlier this month. She is now one of 12 people officially booked into jail for alleged collusion. Fox 8 legal analyst Joe Raspani says it is often family members help suspects hide from authorities.
They are almost always looking to family members or close friends or girlfriends to help them out. And it's what they do. It's why it's so easy to find them usually close to home, because that's where those people are.
Police say a woman romantically involved with Antoine was also implicated. They say she called police multiple times, telling them Antoine was at his sister's house. Court records reveal police had already begun surveilling Kiyy's home on 4th Street. Investigators searched the home May 21st, but say Antoine wasn't there. Detectives say they also searched Kiyy's phone and recovered messages between Antoine's partner and his sister. They say the women shared press releases and agreed they hoped Antoine never gets caught. Raspani says people often don't consider the consequences of collusion.
People don't think about those things. when somebody's running out of jail that they care about, and they say, please help me.
Police say they also discovered that last Monday at about 5:30 in the evening, Antoine's alleged partner shared a live location with Deschanais. Police say it was later deleted. Investigators spoke with both women later and uncovered Massey was at Deschanais' home that same day. And investigators say they have also secured a warrant against Antoine's romantic partner, who they say knew about the planned escape before it took place. Other escapees, including Corey Boyd and Lenton Van Buren, have also had a loved one arrested for allegedly helping them after the escape.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best part.
Orleans Parish Jail, as leaders are now offering a $50,000 reward to try to bring them back into custody. It comes as today marks 2 weeks since that shocking jailbreak. In all, 10 men broke out of the Orleans Justice Center with no one knowing that they were gone for hours. Now, 8 of them are back in custody, being held in Angola. But Derek Groves, who is behind bars for second-degree murder, convicted in the Mardi Gras Day killing back in 2018, is still on the run alongside Antoine Massey, who is behind bars for domestic abuse. And his family is now begging that he turn himself in.
Give yourself up.
Yes, Lord.
Please, I'm begging you to give yourself up.
Now, Massey is considered to be one of the masterminds behind that escape. As we mentioned, was facing lesser charges than some of those other inmates. Leaders say that he previously escaped other jails and also cut off his ankle monitoring device multiple times. His family says they don't want Massey or anyone else involved to get hurt.
So you see what I say, like the family has been like really divided with this. We'll just finish this.
And speaking of the law, everyone, I respect the law. I have nothing against the law because they're doing their job.
Amen.
That's what they get paid for. They go out and get the people off the streets that shouldn't be out there. Correct. And Antoine's supposed to understand that himself.
Well, we're keeping it real. All right, so you heard from both sides of the family. Well, one side of the family, the other one, the sister, done got arrested. So there's other family members that have been arrested too with the other inmates that they feel or they believe that have been trying to help hide the inmates. So it's crazy because the family on the outside that has their freedom wants to be back close with their family members. So they're helping them once they escape. But now they butts is locked up and arrested too. So now y'all get to stay close because y'all gonna be locked up together. You know what I mean? Like, isn't that interesting? now you get to spend years together possibly because they all locked up now. So it's just still 2 inmates. The one, like I said, Macy, I'll find the other one. And yeah, there we go with that. And that's the end of that. I'll run it through again, at least some of what Macy was saying, because I know there was something else I want to mention that he had said. So if it comes up again, I'll mention that too. But there we go. Okay. How's everybody doing? Hope y'all all are well and safe. It's a lot going on. All these inmates is not just them.
GC. What I want to talk about today is as far as why I was in Orleans Parish Jail. I was in custody for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for. Okay, but before I was in Orleans Parish, I was in a jail called St. Tammany Detention Center. All right, St. Tammany Jail here and St. Tammany Parish. There's 2 different parishes, Orleans and St. Tammany. Okay.
Let me show this other one too. I see someone say usual suspects. I'm curious to know what you mean by that, because these suspects come from all different backgrounds. Some of them race and all that too. So not sure what you mean by that, because your boy is up here too. So what you talking about? Matter of fact, I was about to go right back to him. Let me see something real quick. I can show y'all too the video on Grant Harden. the one out here raping teachers and killing men. These other dudes, I haven't heard, none of them got a murder charge, but this man got it.
Let's go ahead and bring in now News Nation Law and Justice contributor, former FBI.
You know what's up, you know?
Let's go ahead and bring in now News Nation Law and Justice contributor, former FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffendoffer to talk strategy really around this manhunt. Jennifer, thanks for joining us tonight. We heard Mills there talking about the conditions, how rough the terrain is there. How difficult is that for investigators? Where do they go from here?
Oh, this makes it so difficult. I mean, you're not only talking about foliage and issues with being able to visualize things in that forest, you're also having trouble with plants and animals and other things that make it just so dangerous to actually go look. I've been on these manhunts, and it is so difficult and taxing.
And we've talked about, too, that part of the resources that they have out there, they've got bloodhounds on the ground. They are searching for his scent. I was reading an article earlier. It said that there was a bloodhound that picked up Grant Harden's scent, but then lost it because of the heavy rain. How do you deal with that? What's next when that happens?
Well, it's so difficult. And remember, this is somebody with law enforcement background, and he worked in a kitchen. He knows things like black pepper can be very difficult for a bloodhound to get past and things like that. Also, with this torrential rain, I think that really has put law enforcement behind. When you look at, as an example, the Olympic Park bomber, he evaded police for 5 years, and the FBI had untold resources on that. Cavalcante, another one, 2 weeks out. This is the perfect place for someone to get lost.
And the impact, too, I have to imagine, his former career as a police chief is sort of playing into all of this, right? What impact does his past have on his ability to evade law enforcement now?
He really understands the different tools they have. He understands drones. And listen, Brooke, I really believe this was very well planned out. I mean, he might even know where a particular shack or something is there. They really need to keep looking at this from an intelligence standpoint.
All right, we see a little booger needing some attention. That's one thing about me. I will slay anybody that try to play me or mines. But what I don't do is give too much attention to you hairy trolls either. But you said usual suspects, and that's what I mean. I call anybody out. All right? Straight like that. I got links. I got phone lines. We could duke it out any kind of way you want. People come through saying garbage. There's nothing but garbage comments, but y'all can never stand on it. Y'all can never back it with receipts nor specific details on anything I bring to this platform on YouTube. Try me. You're not making no sense. You sound stupid. So anybody, I don't mind people venting on here either, but you know, if you come in here talking stupid, you got the wrong one. I'm a wise woman. You get shut down when you even thinking of coming against me. You talking stupid in the chat. Usual suspects. Yeah, your boy on here too. You sound stupid. That's what I mean. It's certain people from certain groups and certain mindsets that are ignorant. There's mostly Caucasian men that are in prison. All right. Your people's most likely. All right. I got the stats on it all. Play if you want to. Get out of here.
Point. Who all did he talk to on that phone? Who all did he have intersection with that helped him get out and that might have helped him stash something where he's been able to avoid this long?
Certainly a lot of layers, a lot of challenges for investigators there. I also want to ask you, while I have you, about that jailbreak in New Orleans earlier this month. We're staying on top of that one as well. 2 inmates still on the run there. Where does that search stand?
Well, they have had so much help, and now people, their heads are rolling. We have a sister that's been arrested, a girlfriend that they have a warrant for. I mean, they are using, it is believed, disguises. I recently saw a picture of one. Very difficult for a bloodhound.
And that's the bulk of it. And we go back to the other one too, or matter of fact, I'll probably be done. But we got 24 likes and it's been 200 of y'all sitting at one time. Y'all so whack, some of y'all. But anyway, thanks for the people that did hit like, subscribe, and conversate with sense. I appreciate it. Whatever energy y'all put out there into the universe, you're gonna get it back. That's all. All right. Whether you here or somewhere else, you're gonna get it right back. So we'll see what happens moving forward. Probably gonna hear a lot more news on the fact that Macy had did a live IG stream today, just hours ago. So we'll see what happens with that. Now we have bounty hunters that are involved in it more. Yeah, and they want their reward, and they try and get these inmates back in their cages, apparently, right? So that's what's going on with that. Somebody said, "Why is it always the bald white guy?" Bald. Yeah. So if y'all don't have it, let me see. Y'all got anything else going on in the chat? Anything to say or any questions or anything? I guess not right now.
Teams have been using every means necessary to find him. 5 News reporter Parker Abels joins us with an update on where things stand tonight.
Rachel, Grant Harden has been on the run since last Sunday when he escaped from North Central Unit Prison in Calico Rock. Today marks exactly 1 week that police officers have been searching for him all across northern Arkansas. On May 25th, Harden escaped using a makeshift police uniform and walked out of the prison. Harden was a former police officer and was in prison for rape and murder. And after starting the reward for information on his whereabouts at $10,000, it has since reached up to $25,000, which is where it stands now. And officers believe this is a testament to just how dangerous he is.
I think that speaks to how much of a threat they view this and how dangerous. You know, we've said from day one, you know, you look at the charges that Mr. Harden had and everything. This is an individual that they do not want out on the loose. You've heard other reports of people who have had interactions and dealing with him in the past and kind of the things that they have said about it.
And while it's hard to find someone like that in such a large area,
this is literally trying to find a needle in a haystack.
They've been using as many resources as possible.
Utilize the canines, the drones, horseback, ATV, aircraft, you name it, anything that we can get our hands on. The area that we're searching is not very accessible in a lot of ways. And so being able to have a lot of those different resources to reach areas that maybe we wouldn't otherwise, hopefully will turn out to be insurmountable.
However, when a man like Harden is on the run, it leaves residents in the surrounding areas uneasy.
Everyone is on edge, for sure. A lot of people are packing, and no one's taking anything for granted, that's for sure. And as you can tell, it's been pretty busy.
The search to find Harden continues as there have been multiple possible sightings of him, including one in Sebastian County. However, they tell us their main focus is still in northern Arkansas. We'll continue to update this story as it develops further. Parker Abels, 5 News.
Well, and there y'all have it. So we still got the inmates on the loose. What was I gonna say? Oh, let me move on these out the way too. I appreciate the participation that y'all brought in tonight. Just did a quick pop up because I really did want to just speak on that and then just show some of what's going on and with the inmates. Well, the two, well, actually 3 altogether that are still out. I just showed the other one. And then him here and his plead, I'll just end with that. He's reaching out to Trump. Everybody reaching for Trump. He even said, Lil Wayne, help me, NBA Youngboy. NBA Youngboy just got out himself. So, I don't know, y'all. These pardons and clemencies been all over the place anyway, so who knows, who knows.
So I'm asking, please, for help. Youngboy, Meat Mills, people, LBL, you know what I'm saying? People that been through the system that know it's corrupt. Lil Wayne, Donald Trump, please, I'm asking for help. You know what I'm saying? When I get back in custody, I'm asking y'all, please, to come and help. You feel what I'm saying? I'm asking the world. I'm letting y'all know I'm not a raper, man. I'm not none of that. Jail on May the 16th or May the 15th, 2025. So please, Meat Mills, Donald Trump, Lil Wayne, please help me. Lil Wayne. This is Big Antoine's son that's talking right now. I'm Lil Antoine. I was in your mama wedding when she married Rabbit. I was the ring boy, Lil Wayne. Please help me, bro.
Oh, my opinion, I don't know if he did or not. You know, I really don't know. Macy. You know, I got to go off what I do know. He already has a record, so I have to go off of your character, off of what we do have. Whether he did or didn't, if he has a paperwork, he'll have to duke it out. But he definitely got a lot of attention from this. I know it's going viral all over. So we'll see what happens, because some people do like to jump in a case, attorneys and all that, whether they know it's going to make it or not. They want to make a name for themselves. A lot of people that have high profile cases, you will get a defense attorney because they just want to get their name out, whether they get you off or not. People don't care. I think a lot of professions these days, people are out for themselves. If something they can get extra out of it, to heck with the person they're supposed to be helping. That's just how it goes. People are out for self these days, tremendously. So, yeah, well, we can go ahead and end it with that. That was a breaking news. Antoine Massey spoke on IG. And we still have this ex-police chief, and that's a big deal. I mean, he was a former, not just officer, but police chief that has been convicted of murder and rape. So, I mean, you know, rape of what was an elementary school teacher. Can you imagine? And that's your job, and trying to go back to that. And he killed a man. None of the other, it was someone asked how many inmates escaped. It was 12 altogether from New Orleans, I believe. And then just 2 left. And then we got this guy out of Arkansas. So, all right, that'll be it. This is Kiy NY7. I invite your thoughts when I do come on, whether you catch the replay or live. You're encouraged to chat. You know, you can speak your mind or just join in the conversation. If there is something that you would like to see me cover, let me know. Yeah, so we got that. I mostly talk about community, sexuality, and things to do with spirituality, energies, and astrals, which consists of astrology and astronomy. So I thank y'all for coming out, and thanks, Brother Iron Fist, to the building. Yeah, we don't snipe people. If you really are irate, we just usually time you out. If I gotta block you, that's my last option. Figure we all adults here, right? All right. So until next time, if y'all catch me possibly on Saturday nights or Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern, I have different things going on then. I do a little music and have a little laid back fun I look forward to on Saturday. And Sundays is talk about things to do with spirituality and certain sensualities. Try to make it, you know, interesting but fun too for us. You know, universal topics as well as things to do with the inner communities. All right, again, I'm Kiy NY, and I hope you all are all doing good. Stay safe. All right, y'all, until next time. Peace.
I mean, if you okay, why is you asking my black butt, am I okay? If your white butt okay,
I mean,
you okay? You ain't classy, you're ignorant.
Sit your $5 ass down.
Lay ass down.
Go back to real. Sit down.
I know. Look at that white goat. Oh, there. Oh, look, there's a black one. Black one.
Because I'm black. I mean, if you okay, why is you asking my black butt, am I okay? If your white butt okay,
I mean,
if you okay, you ain't classy, you're ignorant.